Missed an episode of your favorite podcast? Choose from over a decade of content in our archives, not just the latest episode. All free at gcnlive.com.
This is your call to action. Get prepared, America. Economy, survival, energy, disasters. This is USAPrepares.com. Informative radio, educational radio. Interact now by emailing instructor@USAPrepares.com or text at 434-390-7953. Class, please take your seats. Now, your instructor, Vincent Finelli.
Well, it's amazing how quickly things change. Your dial is set correctly to USAPrepares.com. This is your captain, John Regan, sitting in for Vincent today. Again, he's out making hay, which his cows will deeply appreciate this winter. And today we have Dr. Norman Shealy with us. Good morning, Norm.
John?
Yes.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you now.
Oh, good. Good morning.
It's great to talk to you again. I've got a story I've been wanting to relate to you that started back at the expo.
Great.
Back at the end of March. It's amazing how lives end up intertwining. And I didn't meet you in person until I'd say it was either late 2011 or early 2012. And the connection it actually goes back to something you did in 2006. But I'm there at the expo, sitting across from a massage therapist. And both Saturday and Sunday, she was there, all day long. Somebody was in her chair. I would hate to to do arm wrestling with this woman. She's really good at what she does. And I went over there and talked to her about my back and how I was looking forward to, once I got moved, to being able to get some spinal decompression done. And she told me about this device called the posture pump. Well, I go home and a couple of weeks later, I pull up the website and I'm reading it, and then I scroll down and click and wait a second, did I just see what I thought I saw? And so I had to hit the back button, and sure enough, there was a quote from you at the bottom of the page. See Norman Shealy talking about what the posture pump can do. And right then and there, I couldn't be sure if it would work for me, but I knew for one thing, I wasn't just buying a piece of junk. And I saw the videos where in 2006, you had done a trial on this device, and I picked up the one that's specifically for the lower back. And I haven't been able to use as much as I'd like to. I did get a chance to start using it a little bit before the move. And it is helping. And if I hadn't had that before the move, I don't know what I would have done, because there was so much more I was able to get done. And I can only attribute that to the posture pump. And, just wanted to throw that in there, and also, thank you for your work on that.
Well, it is a great device, John. I think anybody who has low back pain should try it, because it is safer even than manipulation of the spine. And definitely, if you don't have any nerve damage, numbness or weakness, it should always be tried before considering surgery on the low back. So, it's a tool I'm particularly fond of.
And like she said, it's something you can do at home. You don't have to go off to a doctor's office. And spinal decompression treatments, at least here in Dallas, about the best price I found was about $100 a visit. And
That's right.
This device I was able to buy online for $147. So for less than the cost of 2 visits, I've got something I can use anytime that I can fit it in, and it actually takes less time since I don't have the travel time back and forth. And like I say, I need to use it more than what I have been, but every time I've used it, it sure has helped.
Well, John, remember, number one requirement is take care of yourself.
Yeah, I'd have a little bit more time if I wasn't called to fill in, but I'm not complaining on that. It's I know Vincent needs to get his cows taken care of, and it's one of those things where I'd rather be here on the air, giving our class good new information than just to give them a replay. And that's why I'm here today instead of doing some things that I need to do. So, that's just what friends are for.
Well, I totally agree. I just had a wonderful trip to Vincent's ancestral homeland, Italy.
How was that?
It was fabulous. The main reason was to go to Assisi, the home of St. Francis. And it is truly, in my opinion, one of the great, great, miraculous places on earth.
I got a chance to visit northern Italy. Had 2 or 3 trips to Aviano Air Base, and one time I was there over a weekend, took the train over to Venice. That's the extent I got to travel to Italy. And that was a long time ago, back when I was stationed in Germany in the mid-'80s. But it's interesting getting around, and I tell you, sitting there looking at the Alps, that's a nice sight to see.
Yes, it is really quite a unique place, touching France, Austria, Croatia, etc. But just this time I only visited Assisi.
I was also noticing the email you sent out this morning, talking about another downside to a popular anti-inflammatory. Did you want to discuss that?
Well, actually, acetaminophen, in my opinion, is the most publicized, overrated placebo in the world.
I just talked about it yesterday on there. There was an article about it and other anti-inflammatories that significantly inhibit ovulation in just 10 days. So women that are taking these drugs, in essence, are also taking a birth control pill. And then you add on, the combination of acetaminophen and alcohol, which can quickly damage the liver. And what gets me is, one of those popular over-the-counter products that, take for sleeping in the nighttime, has both acetaminophen and alcohol in it. It just amazes me what qualifies as safe in the medical world today. Well,
interestingly, there was another article in the New York Times today about the 3-year so-called phase-out of trans fats by the blank FDA. We've known for over 60 years that trans fats are pure poison. They markedly increase the risk of death and heart disease, and yet the FDA is taking 3 more years to phase them out, and even then, if the poor company has a hardship, they can apply for an exception and keep using the crap.
Yeah, I saw one of the articles on that and brought it up yesterday as well. It was probably getting close to 10 years ago. The first time I went to a seminar here by Dr. Jerry Tennant, which is actually the first day of his biomodulator training. He just opens that up to the public so that the public can learn more about, real health and healthcare. And what he taught about trans fats, and that and really made me see how bad it was, is that he talks about in the cell how your cell is basically a capacitor, and that when it gets built with the trans fat, which is practically plastic, it then becomes a dead battery. And until that cell is replaced, you're stuck with it. And
yeah, I mean, actually, every cell is coated on the outside with fat, real fat. And trans fat just screws things up tremendously. I mean, I've personally known this for 65 years.
And it's amazing how, I hear some of these conservative or libertarian hosts complain about the FDA not allowing the trans fat into food. They say it's a matter of freedom. Well, yeah, great. I guess if you want to drink poison, but trans fats should never have been allowed in food to begin with, but it's great for shelf life because, the stuff doesn't go rancid.
Until it gets in your body. It does something worse than rancid.
And, I've read where people have taken a can of Crisco and opened it and just left it out in the garage. And, none of God's creatures are dumb enough to eat it except for humans.
That's right. Well, it's like there was a wonderful study done back in the 70s on cornflakes, comparing them with rats eating cornflakes versus eating the box. Those that ate the box were healthier after a month than those who ate the cornflakes.
So I guess that tells us stock up on boxes to eat. Once the poop hits the prop, leave the cornflakes alone.
Right.
Oh, and I had another interesting one that made me think of you yesterday. An article about how sunshine increases the odds of women getting pregnant. It has to be a month ahead of time. So my suspicion, it's the vitamin D. We could talk about that once we come back from the break.
Are your Google search results killing you? Unflattering content in blogs, news articles, online reviews, social media, or other sources can jeopardize your reputation, your business, and your livelihood. Let Reputation.com help. Our patented technology will make the truth about you more visible while pushing down unwanted negative content. Improve your Google search results. Call Reputation.com at 1-800-831-0771 for a free consultation. That's 800-831-0771.
By now you know that wireless technology like cell phones do in fact pose dangers to the health and privacy of everyone. Blockit Pocket's wide range of products are unmatched in providing the protection you deserve. No scare tactics, just common sense. BlockitPocket.com offers quality American-made options to alleviate and eliminate these invisible dangers. Learn more at BlockitPocket.com or call 888-315-9618. BlockitPocket.com, enhancing health and privacy.
How many of you want to learn how to dig up bugs, worms, and raise crickets for food? Do you prefer to eat them dried and crunchy or while still alive? Well, you won't have to if you can defend your food supply from predators. You may want to get an AR-15 kit from guns80.com and build your own AR-15 rifle from a kit. If you can legally own a rifle, you can purchase this AR-15 kit. If you're handy, you can complete the rifle in about an hour. The kit comes with all the parts you're going to need to build your rifle, but you'll need a drill press. And survivalists need one anyway. The Guns80.com team purchased the same used floor-standing drill press I have for $100. You can too. And when you're finished, you'll have a paperwork-free AR-15 rifle, a drill press, drill bits, and the knowledge to maintain your AR-15 rifle, all for less than you expect. So if you want a paperwork-free AR-15 parts kit like mine, visit Guns80.com, Guns80.com, and let the unprepared have our share of the bugs.
Don't complain about your cable bill going up and up and up. Do something about it. Grab a pencil and jot down this special number, 1-855-905-MY-TV. The more cable TV rates go up, the better digital satellite TV looks. Say goodbye to the cable guy and get more of your favorite channels in 100% digital quality for less money. Call 1-855-905-MY-TV. Sign up for packages starting as low as $19.99, and there's no equipment to buy. You get free HD TV upgrade, a free DVR upgrade, and free professional installation. You control what you watch when you watch it. Record your favorite shows, pause and rewind live TV, even skip the commercials. Watch local channels too. At just $19.99, what are you waiting for? Pull out your major credit or debit card. Call 1-855-905-MY-TV. 1-855-905-MY-TV. Say goodbye to the cable guy. Cut costs and get more. 1-855-905-MY-TV. 1-855-905-MY-TV.
Have you ever wondered if you could make electric, light, or heat in your home for free? How about a motor that charges batteries at the same time? What if this also restores useless batteries and saves you lots of money? Come to our Renaissance Charge Conference workshop on August 15th and 16th in Fort Lauderdale. Visit r-charge.com. That's r-charge.com for details, or call 208-304-2954. 208-304-2954.
More and more people are discovering the incredible benefits of alkalizing the body, and there's no better product for it than AlkaVision Plasma pH Drops. Packed with a powerful combination of the most alkaline minerals and compounds, just a few drops in water will rid your body of harmful waste and give you more vibrance and vigor than you've had in years. Now buy 2 bottles and get $10 off your order. Call 800-518-7615 or visit alkavision.com. Alkalize your body. Supercharge your health at alkavision.com.
And this is John Regan at the controls today. Vincent is out making hay. And he also wanted to let me remind you that this weekend in Springfield at the Ozark Empire Fairgrounds, there'll be an arcade prepper show, both Saturday and Sunday. Vincent will be there teaching you how to save money on your taxes by starting the business of your choice. And that will let you take the same tax deductions that the rich take. A lot of our faculty will be there too. Judy Dollarheight will be talking about water filtration and ProPure water. Craig Douglas, survival food and radiation detection. Stormin Norman Cantwell, and if you haven't seen him, the street survival tactics and demonstrations are absolutely amazing. And John Moore will be there talking about violent climate change and how to prepare for it. Well, before the break, we were talking about an article where it says that sunshine can help you get pregnant.
Well, sunshine is a great moderator of health in general. Just being out for 15 minutes improves mood.
And, you know, with today's lifestyle, I think we're lucky to get 5 minutes. And that's walking to and from the car.
Well, that's true. I say we live in a modern cave.
And it really makes me wonder. You see these pictures of the women in the Middle East, you know, dressed up to where about all you can see is their eyes. And I'm thinking that can't be healthy for them.
No, of course not. It's stupid. That's carrying the cave with you.
I also found a couple of other articles, and if you wanted to go back and research those, they're in my resources for this past Monday in the control section, talking about gagged or forced retirement. And let's see, does AMA stand for American Mafia Association? Yeah, the American Medical Association
right.
is working on gag orders for physicians that decide not to toe the party line. And apparently, if that's not good enough, the next articles, the AMA may force incompetent older doctors to retire even if they don't want to. Of course, incompetence probably means that they don't agree with the AMA. And I know you've had some dealings with disagreements with the medical establishment.
Well, let's favor it. It is part of the establishment, and by definition, the establishment is a control freak.
And you probably know better than I do. I was reading where, going back to I believe it was the 1930s, that the Rockefellers donated a lot of money to medical schools.
Well, the Rockefellers closed 50% of all hospitals and medical schools earlier in the century. It was a preconceived notion that if they could get rid of homeopathy, osteopathy, and chiropractic, they would indeed rule the world. And they got rid of homeopathy, and they came close to getting rid of chiropractic. And fortunately, the chiropractors finally, in the mid-60s, won the battle. So the AMA had to stop openly fighting chiropractic and osteopathy. They've never stopped totally, but they stopped doing it openly.
But I understand with those donations to the med schools that they influence the curriculum just to push pharmaceuticals.
Oh yeah, they are just one little pocket of the pharmacomafia.
And of course, that leads into the safe and effective pharmaceuticals and vaccinations, and you just wonder, why can't we seem to make headway on this?
Well, the reason we can't make headway on this is the political scene.
Now, this is John Regan with Dr. Norman Shealy. We'll be back after these few messages.
By now, you know that USAPrepares.com is your source for water filtration systems. Here at the farm, we use our water filtration system for drinking, cooking, and for our cats and dogs. Which brand are we using? Well, that would be the ProPure system, because it filters out pathogens, microbes, chlorine, and fluoride. Multiple sources indicate that fluoride is responsible for lowering our IQs by 5%. Now, how many of you would like to sign up for a lower IQ? USAPrepares.com offers ProPure water filtration systems and accessories at the same price as everyone else, except we offer an instant rebate. We buy them by the pallet loads and pass the savings on to you. And if you're outside of Missouri, there's no sales tax. And if this appeals to you, visit USAPrepares.com. That's USAPrepares.com. You can order online, and we have the ProPure water filtration systems in stock, ready to ship. USAPrepares.com. ProPure water filtration systems at the same price as everyone else, except we offer an instant rebate.
For over 5 years, you've been hearing about the Berkey guy, so you may know a few things about him. For example, you are well aware of the superior quality and effectiveness of Berkey water filters and accessories. But did you know the Berkeys have had independent lab tests done to prove just how effective they are? It's true, and he can email you the test results. Just visit goberkey.com. You may also know that the Berkey guy has helped tens of thousands of people get better prepared. Now here's something you may not know. GoBerkey.com has amazing specials and deals all the time on a wide variety of survival and preparedness products, most ready to ship same day. Visit the Berkey Guy at GoBerkey.com and be sure to click the red Products on Sale Now button. You can always call toll-free 877-886-3653. Again, that's 877-886-3653. GoBerkey.com, home of the Berkey Guy.
In 1 week, our car broke down and our roof started to leak. We really needed money for repairs.
I really needed to move to a bigger apartment, but with my credit card payments and other bills, I couldn't afford the security deposit.
When over 100,000 people needed money this year, they turned to Avant.
Avant was great. They relieved a lot of financial stress.
I was approved for a personal loan through Avant. The next day, I had $4,000 in my account.
Avant can get you the personal loan you need fast. It's simple to apply, and there's no risk because checking your rate with Avant has no effect on your FICO score. Right now, Avant will also give you a $50 Amazon.com gift card after your first installment is made on time. To check your rates risk-free and get this special offer, go to Avant.com today and enter promo code 5757 at checkout. That's www.avant.com, promo code 5757.
Loans are made by WebBank, a Utah industrial bank, equal housing lender, and by affiliates of Avant Incorporated. California loans offered by Avant will be made under financial lender's license number 603K124. Funds are generally deposited via ACH for delivery next business day if approved by 4:30 p.m. Central Time, Monday through Friday. Amazon is not a sponsor of this promotion. Other restrictions apply. See website for details.
Did you know that drinking pure, high alkaline water is one of the most important factors in maintaining high energy and vibrant health? Most experts agree that the water you drink should be at a pH level of 8 or higher. AlkaVision Plasma pH Drops, available only at alkavision.com, combine a unique formula of only the most alkaline minerals. AlkaVision Plasma pH Drops alkalize your water, ridding the body of harmful toxins, and helps you regain health and energy. Alkalizing your water by simply adding 10 drops of AlkaVision Plasma pH Drops helps the body rid itself of acidic waste, increases oxygen content, and raises the pH of your body to healthy levels. And bacteria and viruses cannot survive in an alkaline high pH environment. Order your bottle of AlkaVision Plasma pH Drops for only $29.95 at alkavision.com. That's ALKAvision.com. Or call 269-409-1776. 269-409-1776. Alkalize your body. Supercharge your health at alkavision.com today.
Are you tired of commuting to a job that makes someone else rich? Working harder than ever, but getting nowhere? Do you hate spending hundreds of dollars every week on daycare? Having someone else raise your children? With our opportunities, you can start earning money as soon as next week. You get to be the boss, work from home, and live a happier life. At Be the Boss Network, you'll find hundreds of work-from-home opportunities that you can literally start today and be earning money as soon as next week. Go to freedom106.com and start earning money as soon as next week. You get to be the boss. Get out of the rat race. Work from home. Go to freedom106.com right now and change your life today. That's freedom106.com. Go to freedom106.com and start earning money as soon as next week. You be the boss. Go to freedom106.com.
This is your captain, John Regan, at the controls today. We have Dr. Norman Shealy, and if you have a question for Dr. Shealy, we do have a toll-free call-in line at 1-866-582-9933. That's 1-866-582-9933. Did you have anything specific you wanted to bring up today, Norm?
Well, yes. I'm glad you mentioned that, John. One of the people who was with me in Italy was Patrick Rawlins, a fantastic young musician. And we have agreed that he will make a special personalized music composition for up to 10 people suffering from depression. And if they're interested, I need their name and birth date. And then Patrick will compose the music and send it to them, and I'll have a test for them before they start. But my impression is that this kind of music is fabulous for healing. And so if anybody's interested, all they got to do is send me an email, norm@normshealy, NORMSHEALY.com, with their name and birth date, and I'll take care of the rest for them.
Yeah, I might just say they can also go to normshealy.com to sign up for your newsletter.
Yes, and I just put in one today called Transvestite Fake Foods. That, of course, refers to trans fats, so-called, and your FDA is giving the manufacturers 3 years to get rid of them. But, of course, if they say it's a hardship, they can still use them even after 3 years. So just 3 more years of total poison in the food mafia's offers.
Well, it's hard enough to get the proper fats in these good times. Typically, we get way too much omega-6, not enough omega-3. And when we're looking at a post-event environment, our access to foods can be quite different. So I think we're going to have, a lot of stored carbohydrates, might have some good stored proteins, but what do we need to look at storing or raising in order to get good fats for our body?
Well, of course, grass-fed, range-fed beef, chicken, turkey. It's actually the omega-3s in grass-fed beef and poultry are almost as good as in salmon.
So that's good news. You don't have to live in the Pacific Northwest in order to have the really nice fish for omega-3. And I think
absolutely.
I think it also just points out that you really have to start raising this now. You just can't wait because these animals don't get to be mature quick enough. Not to mention the learning curve. You got to learn how to work with the animals. You have to learn how to take care of them. You have to learn how to slaughter them properly. And you probably don't have a lot of experience with butchering unless, maybe the closest thing is if you buy whole chickens at the grocery store, then maybe you've got a little bit of butchering experience. But, if you wait until, you've just got so much more to have to overcome. And, I guess it's the reason we're here. We want you to be able to live and prosper on the other side of what's coming.
Well, I agree totally, of course. John, what's your status on sprouts, homegrown sprouts?
Well, from what I have not done it yet, but from what I've read, they're very good for nutrition. You don't have to have a green thumb for them. It's basically just add water and let them sprout. The only problem with sprouts is that you're eating your seeds because you don't get a mature plant to replenish your seed supply.
Well, that is true. And, I've played around with them for 30 plus years, but just recently I found a new sprouter that is so simple. It literally takes about 1 or 2 minutes to make your sprouts. And the best sprouts of all are, interestingly, mung beans. They sprout beautifully in less than 24 hours at room temperature.
So it definitely is a good survival food to have the sprouting seeds on hand because you don't have to worry so much about all the right conditions in order to get some food. It's just not viable as a long-term alternative.
Right. Well, it's just to me, I ordered 25 pounds of mung bean seeds, which I keep in the refrigerator for the moment. If I had to, I could store them in vacuum seal jars and they'd still keep for years. And they are loaded with vitamins, minerals, and it improves even the quality of the fat in the mung bean sprout. So it's another thing, in my opinion, to be prepared with.
And there's such a variety of seeds that you can use for sprouting, and it gives you all kinds of different flavors, and and even right now you can just take it and put it as an addition to a salad.
Yes, absolutely, totally agree. And I actually, way back, maybe 35 or more years ago, bought myself a vacuum packer, so you can use up to a 2-quart canning jar, and you can pack almost anything in it, and it'll keep for many, many years, almost as good as the commercially vacuum packed things that you could buy yourself. So I particularly like my vacuum packer for storing things.
Well, I've got another article that I came across that I wanted to bring up. It talks about how sleeping pills triple the rate of lung cancer. Common drugs include Xanax and Valium. And
another gift from the pharmacomafia.
And, I'm a bit concerned because back in the 90s when I was working in a sick building in Houston, you could look up at the AC vent overhead and see black mold.
Yes.
And there was also a lot of chemtrails outside. So for the entire time I worked there, which is a little over 2 years, with the exception of maybe 2 or 3 months, I was either sick or getting over being sick. And they had a doctor on the first floor who, I think so much of his practice was just built on treating people in that sick building. And I was having some sleeping issues, and he prescribed temazepam, which is one of the drugs that they're talking about in this article. So I don't know how much damage has been done to me with this type of thing.
Well, interestingly, my eldest child, my son, worked for the United States Department of Labor right after he finished law school, and he actually blew out a lung from sick air syndrome living, and he left because of that, and the fact that he said it was the most crooked group of people he'd ever seen in his life. But other than that, if it's government, it's likely to be crooked. That's my opinion.
And I saw an interesting article this morning too. It's going to even be hard to say what the long term is on this. A doctor's invented a new lens that, with a 8-minute surgery, gives you better than perfect vision. You don't have to worry about cataracts, and apparently it's supposed to be available in the United States in a couple of years if things don't go to pieces first. And I was kind of just wondering your thought of, replacing the natural lens with something artificial like that.
Well, of course, if you have an advanced cataract, it certainly can preserve vision. On the other hand, if you're smart, and at the onset of blurred vision, you've got a cataract, you put just 1 drop of United States Pharmacopoeia castor oil in the eye each night, it will dissolve the cataract without surgery. So I prefer that. Also, people who are developing cataracts or macular degeneration are deficient in essential minerals and vitamins, etc., but especially vitamin A, vitamin C, vitamin E, and taurine, the amino acid. All of those things can help prevent cataracts. So I'm much for taking care of your eyes first rather than having to go for surgery.
So that's 1 drop in each eye every night?
Yep, it takes 3 to 6 months. And if you use United States Pharmacopoeia, it is totally safe.
Okay. And I guess while I've got you on the line, I've been having some peeling skin on one of my knuckles, and was wondering what I might do to try and treat that. I've tried a little bit of coconut oil the last couple of nights. Might be a little bit marginally better.
Emu oil would be better.
Okay.
EMU. I'd rub that twice a day. Now, you could be deficient. Your face is okay. You don't have anything around your lips.
No.
Okay. Because the B vitamins, especially vitamin B2, also are very much involved with skin problems. So, I would, be sure you're getting at least 50 milligrams a day of B complex.
Okay. This is John Regan with Dr. Norman Shealy. We'll be back after this break.
We live in a complicated society. Stressful issues are always popping up. Have you ever been treated unfairly by someone? Have you ever been overcharged for a repair? Have you ever signed a contract or a document worried about identity theft? How many times have you been in those unique situations where you just wanted to call an attorney to find out if you're right or wrong, or what your legal rights are? But every time you think about calling an attorney, what do you think about first? That's right. Who do you call, and how much will it cost? Our friends at Legal Shield have found a solution. With a nationwide network of 6,900 attorneys who average 19 years of experience, Legal Shield's law firms take over 40,000 calls per week helping their members. For less than $20 per month, you can have access to Legal Shield on everything from the trivial to the traumatic. Let Legal Shield stand up for your rights at lsprotection.com. That's lsprotection.com. Or call 855-340-SAVE, 855-340-7283.
Results will vary from case to case.
By now you know that usaprepares.com is your source for water filtration systems. Here at the farm, we use our water filtration system for drinking, cooking, and for our cats and dogs. Which brand are we using? Well, that would be the ProPure system, because it filters out pathogens, microbes, chlorine, and fluoride. Multiple sources indicate that fluoride is responsible for lowering our IQs by 5%. Now, how many of you would like to sign up for a lower IQ? USAprepares.com offers ProPure water filtration systems and accessories at the same price as everyone else, except we offer an instant rebate. We buy them by the pallet loads and pass the savings on to you. And if you're outside of Missouri, there's no sales tax. And if this appeals to you, visit USAprepares.com. That's USAPREPARES.com. You can order online, and we have the ProPure water filtration systems in stock, ready to ship. USAprepares.com. ProPure water filtration systems at the same price as everyone else, except we offer an instant rebate.
All loans subject to OnDeck score approval must be in business at least 1 year to apply. Attention small business owners needing financing. Are you too busy running your business to deal with the slow lending process of your bank? Are you frustrated at the paperwork and delays just trying to get a decision? Then you need OnDeck, the A+ Better Business Bureau rated small business experts, where our simple application process takes as little as 10 minutes and funding could be available in just 1 business day. At OnDeck, we focus on your business operation and cash flow, not just your personal credit score. And we're ready to help with loans of up to $250,000. True business loans, not credit card advances. OnDeck provides financing to a wide variety of small businesses like restaurants, plumbing, landscaping, freight trucking, and healthcare providers. If you're frustrated with the paperwork and long decision times of traditional lenders, contact OnDeck. Funding could be available in just 1 business day. OnDeck is publicly listed on the New York Stock Exchange and has provided over $2 billion to small businesses like yours. So go to OnDeckLending.com today or call 800-293-6819. That's 800-293-6819.
Extend your life with Extendovite.
Hey neighbor, what are you doing digging? You had a heart attack last year.
Oh, I know. I was told no more hard labor.
Then why are you digging?
Well, I've been taking Extendovite. It's been approved to help my heart.
Extendovite? Is that a new drug?
No, not a drug. It's more like an herbal combination made from garlic and cayenne.
Herbal? How can that help?
Well, actually, we've taken herbs for thousands of years. Extendovite is doing the job for me.
Does your doctor know about Extendovite?
Yeah, my doctor knows, and he said it seems to be working for you, so don't stop taking it. I feel great taking Extendovite. I don't want to stop.
To order, call 1-877-928-8822. That's 1-877-928-8822, or visit our website at heartdrop.com.
Extend your life with Extendovite.
You're fired. According to the Small Business Administration, 75% of small businesses plan to eliminate jobs or reduce workers' hours to part-time. You're fired. According to Gallup, the unemployment rate recently jumped to nearly 9%, and the underemployment rate hit a staggering 17.9%. You're fired. 1 out of 3 young adults and 1 out of 2 recent college graduates are underemployed. Hello, I'm Keith Abel, a pharmacist and a home business entrepreneur. In 2011, I became one of those statistics myself. Instead of looking for another job in corporate America, I joined Dr. Joel Wallach, the Dead Doctors Don't Lie guy. We're creating steady incomes for ourselves and would like to show you how to do the same. If you want to supplement your current income, replace your income so you don't have to become one of the statistics, then give me a call toll-free at 866-257-3105, 866-257-3105. You're fired. Don't wait till you hear those words. Start creating an extra income today. 866-257-3105.
This is John Regan sitting in for Vincent today, here with Dr. Norman Shealy. Dr. Shealy, when and where else can we listen to you?
Well, at noon today, you can listen to me on Hay House Radio. And, of course, tomorrow at 2 p.m. Central Time, they can listen to me on KWTO 560 AM Springfield.
And there is a link to listen online to that. I've done that before myself.
Yep. And, I do enjoy talking to people and giving them advice when possible.
I got to thinking, we talked about what we can do to get good fat once things go bad. But I just think of another thing, once that supply chain's not there, what can we use to help replenish our gut bacteria? Because right now we just go down to the health food store and pick up a probiotic. But if the store is not there, what's our alternatives?
Well, probiotics are so simple to make at home. You can make your own kefir, you can make your own yogurt, and the easiest of all is actually kombucha tea or sacred mushroom tea. Once you've got that little mushroom, and it really looks like a jellyfish, in 1 week you can make another week's supply. I've done for many months a gallon a week of kombucha tea, Kombucha. And once you get the mushroom, you just put it into a gallon jar. Use 1 cup. I use honey because I don't have sugar in my house. I'm sure that since it's being fermented and converted, by the way, it wouldn't matter to use sugar, but I don't buy sugar, so I don't have it. I use 1 cup of honey, 3 tea bags, and make, the 3 tea bags in a gallon of water, let it cool to room temperature, or make it in sort of a couple of cups of water and fill it up with cold water so you can put it right away. And that, you just cover it with a cloth, and a week later you've got your week of kombucha tea loaded with good probiotics.
I understand other fermented foods are good for you as well.
Okay, yes, that is true. Kraut of all kinds. You can make kraut out of virtually all of the cruciferous vegetables. I mean, it's most often made out of cabbage, but you can make it out of Chinese cabbage. You can make it out of kale. You can make it out of chard, collards, etc. And, of course, if you make that, you can then keep it for many, many, many months. To make your own kraut, for instance, you don't have to kill it. You don't have to, what's the word? You don't have to cook it. You can make it in the jar using those old-fashioned rubber rings and the old zinc porcelain inside jar covers, and you just fill it with your chopped green vegetables, put in a tiny bit of salt, and tighten the lid every day or two as it ferments, and eventually it'll be totally sealed, and it'll keep for many months at room temperature.
And as good as vegetables are for us, they don't provide a lot of calories, so we really need to think about the animal side of our preparedness equation. Especially the fat is where the calories are at. From what I've read, our ancestors ate a lot more. Of course, it wasn't the bad stuff we have today, and had pretty good health for it.
Well, that is true. My great-grandparents, my great-parents, and even my mother all did a lot of home preparation of foods, growing and preserving.
If you owe $10,000 or more to the IRS or state in back taxes, you know they'll never stop coming after you. With bank levies, wage garnishments, they'll even seize your home or business. The good news? A government program for tax debt forgiveness. It's called the Fresh Start Initiative.
I'm Paul Sibley with U.S. Tax Shield. We can help navigate the new laws, get you protected, and resolve your tax issues permanently.
Call the experts at U.S. Tax Shield now for your free consultation and get a guaranteed quote to resolve your case. Call 800-436-6451. That's 800-436-6451.
Have you ever wondered if you could make electric, light, or heat in your home for free? How about a motor that charges batteries at the same time? What if this also restores useless batteries and saves you lots of money? Come to our Renaissance Charge Conference workshop on August 15th and 16th in Fort Lauderdale. Visit r-charge.com. That's r-charge.com for details, or call 208-304-2954. 208-304-2954.
Quantitative easing, unemployment at depression levels, Europe financial system falling apart, China getting out of U.S. treasuries. At the end of 2008, the time of TARP, the national debt was at $11 trillion, gold trading around $850 per ounce. Close to 2012, the national debt exceeded $16.4 trillion, gold doubled to $1,600 per ounce. The $20 trillion threshold for the national debt is inevitable. Politicians in Washington have a ferocious appetite for spending and stimulus. What's worse, a printing press to finance. 100 years ago, we had a gold standard to limit this madness, but now you have to adopt your own gold standard. Don't be fooled with paper promises. Get Midas Resources 10 Reasons to Buy Gold free by calling 800-686-2237. Understanding the gold and silver market may be the only insurance you could have to avoiding the next economic crises. Call 1-800-686-2237 and order your free copy. Again, that's 800-686-2237.
Hey, Berkey Guy here. Are you still drinking unfiltered tap water? Does your water contain chlorine or fluoride? Will you have drinkable water in an emergency? The Berkey Guy is here to help you remove these and other potential contaminants from your water, thus helping you drink clean, purified water. We offer Berkey water purification systems at the lowest available prices online. Don't go another moment without Berkey system. Over the last 10 years, we've helped thousands drink clean, purified water. Join them by visiting goberkey.com or call me, the Berkey Guy, at 877-886-3653. That's 877-886-3653.
Are your Google search results killing you? Unflattering content in blogs, news articles, online reviews, social media, or other sources can jeopardize your reputation, your business, and your livelihood. Let Reputation.com help. Our patented technology will make the truth about you more visible while pushing down unwanted negative content. Improve your Google search results. Call Reputation.com at 1-800-831-0771 for a free consultation. That's 800-831-0771.
Vincent is outstanding in his field today, or at least on his tractor making hay. This is John Regan sitting in for him with Dr. Norm Shealy. And Vincent wanted me to remind you that if you want to see him live and in person, he'll be at the RK Prepper Show this weekend, Saturday and Sunday, at the Ozark Empire Fairgrounds in Springfield, Missouri. There's a link on page 1. Vincent will be talking about saving money on your taxes by starting a business of your choice where you can take the same tax deductions the rich can take. This is on Saturday from 9 to 6, Sunday from 9 to 4. Admission is $12 for adults, children 6 to 12 or $5. And you'll also get a bunch of the faculty there, Judy Dollarhite on water filtration, Craig Douglas on survival food and radiation detection, Storm and Norman Cantwell on survival tactics and demonstrations, and John Moore talking about violent climate change and how to prepare for it. That's a mouthful.
John, I'd
Yes.
like your bottom line opinion about the cause of climate change. To me, climate change has occurred repeatedly for millions of years. And although, we may have warmed the air a little bit, it looks to me as if they're natural cycles. We're over 12,000 years into the current so-called cycle. And often they've supposedly been only 10,000 years. And a volcano can put out more carbon dioxide in a week than humanity can create in a decade. So what I'd like is your opinion.
Well, as humans, we like to boil things down to just one cause to keep things simple. And I wish I could find this resource again. It was about 10 or 12 years ago. I was reading this article, and it took the the temperature and carbon dioxide and went back for a long period. And you were able to look at these different time frames. And if you looked at this close-up time frame, you had that hockey stick where, it's like, oh my gosh, we're all going to die. And if you spread it out, it starts looking like, well, things are just kind of fluctuating like normal. And you spread it out even more, and it's like, we're kind of at this little peak here, wavering. And what typically happens at that peak is it just drops off and you end up with an ice age. And it's all based on which time frame you choose to look at. And yes, there are natural cycles. Yes, the sun is involved with it. Yes, volcanoes are playing a big part. And that also has to tie into, whether you like it or not, Planet X, whether that's real or not. There are so many people right now that I use to get my intel from, and they're all saying the same thing. John Moore's been talking about this. There's other people like Bob Fletcher, Augusta Perez, Dr. Richard Allen Miller, Lindsey Williams. They're all now talking about Planet X. And I guess if there's any one video that is kind of hard to refute, of course, the way the government works is everything could be a psyop. But Zachariah Sitchin, back in the 90s, interviewed Dr. Robert Harrington, who was the chief astronomer at the U.S. Naval Observatory. You really can't get much higher than that in that world. And he talks about this object as being real, whether or not it operates the way that Sitchin says with the aliens and all of that is a whole another can of worms. But it seems like there may be evidence. And one of the things they did talk about as this object approaches, that here on Earth we'd see increased earthquakes and volcanism. And we're certainly having that right now. I think Dutch Sense does a good job of keeping track of volcanoes. Stan Deo's got a nice list of earthquakes on his site. And it's not just the Earth. We've got other planets in the solar system going through global warming. So I think it's quite possible that there is an object, whether it's cycles 360 years or 3,600 years, that does change the climate on Earth. We've got the solar cycles, which affects the climate on Earth. But I do believe that what man does affects things on Earth too. I don't think that the carbon dioxide is having as big an effect on the climate as they're trying to push for. I think that's strictly a manner of controlling people. However, when you look at what they're doing with chemicals and food productions and GMOs and all of that, it's all in that basket that we see on the Georgia Guidestones of reducing population to a more manageable level, basically getting rid of about 6 billion people. So that's my take on it.
In other words, we got to be prepared, whatever.
Well, it's like I showed. There's absolutely no doubt we're going to have a financial collapse. Even if we woke up in the morning and had all three branches of government filled with God-fearing constitutionalists, we cannot stop what's going to happen simply because there's been too many promises made, and there comes a time when that hits the wall. We're seeing that in Greece now. It's going to be much worse when that happens here. And based on the most recent calculations that I've been able to do, and, this isn't me making up figures. It's pulling out IRS tax stats based on government spending, based on income, based on the total debt level and interest payments of the United States, which we're, not just the government, but companies and personally, totally our country's $60 trillion in debt. Based on current growth rates, the debt service on that debt plus government spending exceed our income by 2020. And that doesn't mean we have until 2020. That's just those two items. There's not a whole heck of a lot we can do about that. So whether Planet X is coming or not, we definitely got a financial collapse, and that's going to play havoc with the supply chain. So that gets back to, we need to be ready. And, if you look at it, we're better off growing our own food and knowing where our water comes from and, getting as many toxins out of our life as we can. Dr. Shealy?
Yeah. Well, I agree. I think the government stupidity of debt is probably the greatest catastrophe waiting to happen. Not whether, but when is the only question.
Right. And we've got a caller. Welcome to USA Prepares.
Yes. And the rumors are unending and everlasting and repetitively and increasing every time you turn around. But the fact is, sometimes the useless debt and the so-called derivatives, which are not quite as good as the monopoly money in your play kit, have to crash.
Okay, do we have the caller on the line now?
Good morning, gentlemen. This is Mike from Tennessee.
Good morning, Mike.
Hi. Just a real brief synopsis. I identify this as something that is what most people will probably see, is that you've got the Luciferians controlling everything that have basically tried to convert all of the natural God-made everything into the man-made counterfeit illusion, such as you take the pharmacomafia, who's created pharmaceutical man-made drugs to replace God-made remedies that work every time, to something that's going to create side effects that will perpetually require you to have ongoing man-made remedies to counteract the negative effects of the man-made remedies. You've got fiat currency, which is an imposter for real biblical money, which has always been gold, cattle, land, things that you can use. You go on down the line, everything that we have problems with is a man-made imposter. It's the Luciferian switcheroo. As I read through the scriptures, it's very clear that, whether it's the God says or the Christ says, it's always, this is what I'd like for you to do, and these are the consequences. Follow me. Come with me. We're in this together. Whereas Lucifer, before Christ, says, kneel before me, puts himself on a pedestal. God nor Christ put themselves on a pedestal. They put themselves squarely beside us. We're in this together. Lucifer wants you to be a subject citizen. Sound familiar? The government, who wants total control. All of these things that we're dealing with, all of them go back to a Luciferian cult wanting to control God's creation, to modify, to manipulate the Monsantos of the world, who want to patent and have a control over everything genetically. They want to be the creator. They hate God's creation. They want to be God. So inevitably, in order for them to be God, they have to have the ability to be the creator and have their own subjects.
Mike, we're going into a break. Did you want to hold through that?
Sure.
It's John Regan with Dr. Norman Shealy. We'll be back after this break.
Now, a twice as nice Twin Kit special offer from Complete H2O Minerals for all GCN listeners. Get a Complete H2O Minerals Twin Kit with 33 different minerals, vitamins, and amino acids all in a liquid form. Enough for 2 people for 1 month. Regular price $89.95, but now Complete H2O Minerals is offering the Twin Kit for $69.95. And all GCN listeners receive a bonus 16-ounce bottle of Ionic Silver absolutely free with free shipping. A $120 total value. Hurry, limited time offer. Call 803-794-4767 or click CompleteH2OMinerals.com.
Have you ever wondered if you could make electric, light, or heat in your home for free? How about a motor that charges batteries at the same time? What if this also restores useless batteries and saves you lots of money? Come to our Renaissance Charge Conference workshop on August 15th and 16th in Fort Lauderdale. Visit r-charge.com. That's r-charge.com for details, or call 208-304-2954. 208-304-2954.
By now you know that usaprepares.com is your source for water filtration systems. Here at the farm, we use our water filtration system for drinking, cooking, and for our cats and dogs. Which brand are we using? Well, that would be the ProPure system, because it filters out pathogens, microbes, chlorine, and fluoride. Multiple sources indicate that fluoride is responsible for lowering our IQs by 5%. Now, how many of you would like to sign up for a lower IQ? USAPrepares.com offers ProPure water filtration systems and accessories at the same price as everyone else, except we offer an instant rebate. We buy them by the pallet loads and pass the savings on to you. And if you're outside of Missouri, there's no sales tax. And if this appeals to you, visit USAPrepares.com. That's USAPrepares.com. You can order online, and we have the ProPure water filtration systems in stock, ready to ship. USAPrepares.com. ProPure water filtration systems at the same price as everyone else, except we offer an instant rebate.
In 1 week, our car broke down and our roof started to leak. We really needed money for repairs.
I really needed to move to a bigger apartment, but with my credit card payments and other bills, I couldn't afford the security deposit.
When over 100,000 people needed money this year, they turned to Avant.
Avant was great. They relieved a lot of financial stress.
I was approved for a personal loan through Avant. The next day, I had $4,000 in my account.
Avant can get you the personal loan you need fast. It's simple to apply, and there's no risk because checking your rate with Avant has no effect on your FICO score. Right now, Avant will also give you a $50 Amazon.com gift card after your first installment is made on time. To check your rates risk-free and get this special offer, go to Avant.com today and enter promo code 5757 at checkout. That's www.avant.com, promo code 5757.
Loans are made by WebBank, a Utah Industrial Bank, equal housing lender, and by affiliates of Avant Incorporated. California loans offered by Avant will be made under financial lender's license number 603K124. Funds are generally deposited via ACH for delivery next business day if approved by 4:30 p.m. Central Time, Monday through Friday. Amazon is not a sponsor of this promotion. Other restrictions apply. See website for details.
Paid non-attorney spokesperson Adam Pulaski of the Pulaski Law Firm with principal office in Houston, Texas is the attorney responsible for the content of this ad. This ad is not legal advice, and the choice of a lawyer should not be based solely upon advertisement. Services may not be available in all states. Attention Xarelto users. If you or a loved one took Xarelto and suffered a serious bleeding event, you may be entitled to financial compensation. Xarelto is a popular prescription blood thinner used to prevent blood clots and protect patients from strokes. These serious bleeding events have led to numerous cases of hospitalization and even death. Phone lines are open 24/7. Call 800-261-0937. That's 800-261-0937.
We the people grow cotton, weave fabric, engrave ink, embed strips and fibers to protect from counterfeit and carting to a private bank, having it lent back at interest, forcing taxes to service debt. This capitalism, or was Jefferson correct when stating a central bank issuing the public currency is a greater menace to the liberties of the people than a standing army? Ted Anderson, I'm placing a free silver dollar in a book that explains our monetary system. Call for your copy, 800-686-2237. It's time to understand the system. Call 800-686-2237. That's 800-686-2237.
This is John Regan with Dr. Norm Shealy. We have Mike on the line. And I just wanted to add a couple of things here. My view of Bible study changed in 96 when I bought Bible software for my computer. And besides having the English translations of Bibles, my King James was tied to the Hebrew Greek. And as you go through reading, and it was quite interesting when you get to where it talks about witchcraft, that Greek word, I'm not sure if I'm got the syllables all right, but pharmakia, and even somebody that isn't very strong in languages can recognize that that's the root for today's pharmaceuticals. And then fast forward to 2012 when they had a prophecy summit in Branson that I was able to go to. And that let me see the physical aspects of spiritual warfare. And despite my military training, I hadn't looked at the multi-generational aspect of this, because Satan just doesn't operate over a lifetime. He's operating over lifespans, and we lose track of what's going on. But to try and explain all of that to people, and sometimes even Christians, can take a whole lot more than the time that we have on our weekly shows here. Mike?
I agree with you. Pharmakia is sorcery. In my ministry, I have one part of that I call my beating the drum ministry. And those people that met me when I came to the Monday night meetup over a year ago, I brought a trailer full of these 55-gallon black plastic drums with the removable tops, which I'm able to get from a soap company that recycles them, and I buy them from them to use on my farm for storing everything, animal feed, you name it. It's, they're very inexpensive, and I basically, the excess I list on the internet, and people get them at cost. And so they, that opens up a door, and I find a lot of people that are doing small backyard farming and stuff. They want to store food, compost bins, so forth. So that opens up a dialogue for me. And in delivering some yesterday, the lady I was delivering them to is a former nurse, and she was mentioning about aquaponics, and I said, well, I've got these tote tanks. People put tilapia in the bottom and vegetables on the top. And she said, well, oh no, because you can get E. coli from the fecal matter up. And I said, I don't believe the biology or the bacteria E. coli can uptake through the plant structure into the plant itself. I believe that's surface. And she was opposed to doing the tilapia because she had been convinced that that was a possibility, and Dr. Shealy can probably address that, but those are some of the things that people are steered away from. And I mentioned to her, I said, you realize we've got all types of biological weapons. I don't know if the incidences where E. coli was contaminating lettuce fields was naturally occurring from deer or birds flying over, or even human fecal matter in the fields. But the reality is that for too long people have lived and had no problem with, as they wash their vegetables and stuff, having the ability to eat naturally grown food. And she was trying to make this point that the process by which we were having fish to fertilize the plants was potentially risky. And I mentioned to her about other things such as Lyme disease, and she was unaware of its origins. Or we went into other subjects. The chemtrails were a foreign concept to her. Weather modification she was aware of. But she didn't really have a grasp of how the government has created biological warfare against the people through various techniques. And I don't know that the E. coli outbreak was something man-made, but the reality is that you have to be aware that they're doing so many things out there that just because something occurs, don't automatically blame nature, when in fact we've got another out there trying to recreate nature in their form as they see it.
Well, let's take up that E. coli. Dr. Shealy, what's your opinion on E. coli and aquaponics?
Well, I think first of all, E. coli itself is a natural...
We're going to have to talk about that after the break. John Regan, Dr. Norm Shealy, and Mike on the line. We'll be back after the bottom hour of the break.
By now, you know that USAPrepares.com is your source for water filtration systems. Here at the farm, we use our water filtration system for drinking, cooking, and for our cats and dogs. Which brand are we using? Well, that would be the ProPure system, because it filters out pathogens, microbes, chlorine, and fluoride. Multiple sources indicate that fluoride is responsible for lowering our IQs by 5%. Now, how many of you would like to sign up for a lower IQ? USAPrepares.com offers ProPure water filtration system and accessories at the same price as everyone else, except we offer an instant rebate. We buy them by the pallet loads and pass the savings on to you. And if you're outside of Missouri, there's no sales tax. And if this appeals to you, visit USAPrepares.com. That's USAPrepares.com. You can order online, and we have the ProPure water filtration systems in stock, ready to ship. USAPrepares.com. Pro Pure water filtration systems at the same price as everyone else, except we offer an instant rebate.
Did you know that drinking pure, high-alkaline water is one of the most important factors in maintaining high energy and vibrant health? Most experts agree that the water you drink should be at a pH level of 8 or higher. AlkaVision Plasma pH Drops, available only at alkavision.com, combine a unique formula of only the most alkaline minerals. AlkaVision Plasma pH Drops alkalize your water, ridding the body of harmful toxins, and helps you regain health and energy. Alkalizing your water by simply adding 10 drops of AlkaVision Plasma pH Drops helps the body rid itself of acidic waste, increases oxygen content, and raises the pH of your body to healthy levels. And bacteria and viruses cannot survive in an alkaline high pH environment. Order your bottle of AlkaVision Plasma pH Drops for only $29.95 at alkavision.com. That's ALKAvision.com. Or call 269-409-1776. 269-409-1776. Alkalize your body. Supercharge your health at alkavision.com today.
Hi, John Hubner from Midas Resources. Are you tired of watching your hard-earned assets dwindle away? As government spending is out of hand and the Federal Reserve is creating in excess of $20 billion a week, are you tired of stockbrokers gambling away your hard-earned money? Is this market a setup for a crash greater than 1987? Too many of today's policies resemble those that led to the collapse of 1929. This is John Hubner, and that was me in 2007. And we all know what happened when the subprime credit bubble burst. By March 2009, the dollar lost 50% of its value. The entire U.S. banking system was on the verge of collapsing. Like all financial problems of the past, is history about to repeat itself? Call me, John Hubner, at 1-800-686-2237, extension 129, before it's too late to protect yourself. Will the oncoming catastrophe take all private IRAs, 401ks with it? There is a way to protect your hard-earned assets. Call me, John Hubner, at 1-800-686-2237, extension 129.
Don't complain about your cable bill going up and up and up. Do something about it. Grab a pencil and jot down this special number, 1-855-905-MY-TV. The more cable TV rates go up, the better digital satellite TV looks. Say goodbye to the cable guy and get more of your favorite channels in 100% digital quality for less money. Call 1-855-905-MY-TV. Sign up for packages starting as low as $19.99, and there's no equipment to buy. You get free HD TV upgrade, a free DVR upgrade, and free professional installation. You control what you watch when you watch it. Record your favorite shows, pause and rewind live TV, even skip the commercials. Watch local channels too. At just $19.99, what are you waiting for? Pull out your major credit or debit card. Call 1-855-905-MY-TV. 1-855-905-MY-TV. Say goodbye to the cable guy. Cut costs and get more. 1-855-905-MY-TV. 1-855-905-MY-TV.
Many are in disbelief today after word of shocking allegations against a Minnesota-based talk syndication company known as GCN. It's claimed that they're the fourth largest talk syndication company in the U.S., making it even more scandalous that they've been accused of helping business owners expose themselves on a massive scale. Let's go live to Tom for more on this story.
It's being called the greatest exposure of our lifetime, while other business owners are beginning to step forward claiming they too exposed themselves with the help of GCN.
It's true, they're all guilty, every last one of them. GCN helped me get the exposure my company needed, and just think, that was years ago. Today, GCN has like 700 affiliate stations and over 6 million downloads from iTunes and their website every month.
Imagine the exposure your company can get. Expose your business to the masses. Email advertise@gcnlive.com. Easy, affordable, effective. GCN.
And this is John Regan at the controls today. And Dr. Shealy, you were getting ready to tell us if fish poop is a problem for our aquaponics.
Let's face it, E. coli is one of the most common normal organisms in the world. Every normal human being has billions of E. coli, which are not a pathogen. There's one strain particularly of E. coli, which is found in all kinds of commercial food occasionally, and it can be quite dangerous. The chances of it occurring in a properly run aquaponics tilapia system are low. Probably the contamination comes from humans rather than from the fish, but that's debatable, and sometimes it can't be found out. So I don't think the risk from aquaponics is as great by far as it is in normal farming, and especially commercial, big organization farming.
Okay. And Mike, I do have to agree with you. I believe that you can't look at the big picture without basically going back to the garden and seeing the big picture of how we've been deceived, and the big game of trying to separate us from our Creator. Did you have anything else you wanted to bring up today?
Well, I just want to emphasize this is one of the opportunities I have as a ministry, and as I spoke to the lady, I mentioned to her of a specific radio talk show where she could call in or listen, and that would be usaprepares.com. And every time that we're out there when we're meeting people, we don't have the ability to spend all day long talking to them, but we have the ability to refer them to sources of information that will enlighten them. And this was a very intelligent, educated woman who's older, but she's getting back to God, getting back to nature. And I find that the more people look at the one thing, anytime you find somebody putting something or somebody between you and your Creator, there's a fraud. They're wanting to be the controlling mechanism. You have a direct line to your Creator. That's a known commodity and worldwide, but every time you find people trying to duplicate the creation and make it a man-made substitute, therein lies the problem. So getting back to nature, getting back to your Creator is ultimately the way to survive. And regardless of Nibiru or whatever it might befall us, the reality is that there are people around this world, there will be survival regardless, and hopefully they'll be able to tell the story of how mankind was duped for so long in this country because of the belief in the fabled enemy, the boogeyman, and like children, they were led astray. And hopefully we can have an awakening and people will rise up and say, no more, become independent, self-sufficient. We don't need a daddy, a government. We are able to defend ourselves and provide for ourselves, and we will survive.
Okay.
I have one final comment to make. I consider all government evil. Some is just more so.
Touché.
Yeah. Well, Mike, thanks for the call.
Have a good day, gentlemen.
It's it really is sad to see what has gone on, and I know you've got a little bit longer perspective than I do. But I remember growing up in Beaumont, Texas, which at the time was the 10th largest city in Texas and one of the top 100 in the nation. And remember one morning driving down the street, and there was this brand new billboard that said, "God is dead." And it seems like so many of our problems have just accelerated since that point, which got into where, the Supreme Court took prayer out of school. They okayed the murder of babies. And this week it looks like they're probably going to okay homosexual marriage as well as put their final stamp on Obamacare. Do you want to add on what's happened before my lifetime?
Well, interestingly, of course, the God is dead concept originated with Nietzsche way back in 1882. I don't think it reached this country on Time magazine until maybe the 1960s.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about. It was very, very early 60s. I don't even know if I was in grade school at the time. That's how long ago it was. If I was in grade school, it was first or second grade. So, but given the way population goes,
I just found it. It was the cover of Time magazine, April 8, 1966.
Okay. So I was in grade school. And in fact, that was shortly after they didn't officially get rid of money. That's in 65 is when they passed the Coinage Act that gave us the sandwich coins of today. And while they didn't outlaw silver, it sure didn't take very long for that silver to disappear out of circulation.
Right. Just like gold.
Yeah, gold they didn't. FDR confiscated.
Nixon's greatest evil to me was getting off the gold standard.
Well, on the other hand, I think it didn't matter who was president at that time. They'd pretty much have to do the same thing, because if they hadn't, we would have gone bankrupt back then. Of course, if we had gone through that then, we wouldn't be in this even worse shape now. This kicking the can down the road doesn't make things better.
Oh, right. No, I agree. All presidents are pence for the Committee of 300.
And I think what makes this upcoming event so bad, as opposed to the Great Depression in the 30s, is that back then most people were raising at least some of their own food. They either had a garden or backyard chickens. I think it was at least a third of people were still working in agriculture as their profession at the time. And now we're at this point where we've got maybe 1% working agriculture, and there's only, and even for those, they're using all this technology, and most of the people out there have never planted a garden. A lot of them have never worked with any kind of farm animal, and to have to suddenly pick that up from scratch is what makes this event potentially so deadly.
Well, interestingly, I've never given up gardening. I have preached for years that if you've got a yard, front or any other, you should plow it up. It's less work to take care of a vegetable garden than it is to mow the lawn.
And unfortunately, we've got a lot of cities now that if you want to put in a garden, you got to fight City Hall.
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, that's part of evil government. I mean, that is pure evil.
So would you like to...
I realize that I'm one of the most politically I am not politically correct. Hardly ever.
I think if either of us were, neither of us would be on USA Prepares. So would you like to talk about the brain some more?
Well, ultimately, the brain is responsible for everything. Now, the brain can be damaged. It can be damaged by brain control techniques, even non-conscious ones. It can be damaged by 60-cycle electrical impulses. It can be damaged by just plain old brainwashing in school. However, if you take control as much as one can yourself, you can prevent a lot of this external control. And from my point of view, the number one illness in people is a combination of depression and anxiety. And it's a toss-up as to which one is the greatest, but they, in general, people who are depressed have some anxiety, and people who are anxious have some depression. One or the other may be dominant, but those are related more than anything to, how you're raised, how your family treats you. They can be made worse by bullies in school, by crummy teachers in school, etc. But basically, you are responsible for allowing yourself to be taken over by somebody else's nonsense. And so my favorite word probably is detachment. I think the single most important thing for all of us is to detach from things we can't do anything about. There's no point in wallowing in manure. You can recognize it and leave it to compost and move on. That's my basic philosophy about stuff. And although I comment on things like all government's evil, some is more so, I don't live that. I detach from it 90+% of the time. And if you can't change it, there's no reason to keep focusing on it.
Yeah, and I'm looking at how sleep plays a role too. I remember reading an article some months ago, and this is another part of the body, how they took healthy college students and put them through a sleep deprivation.
Oh, yes.
And they, within 2 weeks were already pre-diabetic. And now I'm seeing a new one that, I guess I'll get into that after this break. John Ray with Dr. Norma Shealy. We'll see you in a few minutes.
Did you know that drinking pure, high alkaline water is one of the most important factors in maintaining high energy and vibrant health? Most experts agree that the water you drink should be at a pH level of 8 or higher. AlkaVision Plasma pH Drops, available only at alkavision.com, combine a unique formula of only the most alkaline minerals. AlkaVision Plasma pH Drops alkalize your water, ridding the body of harmful toxins, and helps you regain health and energy. Alkalizing your water by simply adding 10 drops of AlkaVision Plasma pH Drops helps the body rid itself of acidic waste, increases oxygen content, and raises the pH of your body to healthy levels. And bacteria and viruses cannot survive in an alkaline high pH environment. Order your bottle of AlkaVision Plasma pH Drops for only $29.95 at alkavision.com. That's ALKAvision.com. Or call 269-409-1776. 269-409-1776. Alkalize your body. Supercharge your health at alkavision.com today.
How many of you want to learn how to dig up bugs, worms, and raise crickets for food? Do you prefer to eat them dried and crunchy or while still alive? Well, you won't have to if you can defend your food supply from predators. You may want to get an AR-15 kit from guns80.com and build your own AR-15 rifle from a kit. If you can legally own a rifle, you can purchase this AR-15 kit. If you're handy, you can complete the rifle in about an hour. The kit comes with all the parts you're going to need to build your rifle, but you'll need a drill press. And survivalists need one anyway. The Guns80.com team purchased the same used floor-standing drill press that I have for $100. You can too. And when you're finished, you'll have a paperwork-free AR-15 rifle, a drill press, drill bits, and the knowledge to maintain your AR-15 rifle, all for less than you expect. So if you want a paperwork-free AR-15 parts kit like mine, visit Guns80.com, Guns80.com, and let the unprepared have our share of the bugs.
Don't complain about your cable bill going up and up and up. Do something about it. Grab a pencil and jot down this special number, 1-855-905-MY-TV. The more cable TV rates go up, the better digital satellite TV looks. Say goodbye to the cable guy and get more of your favorite channels in 100% digital quality for less money. Call 1-855-905-MY-TV. Sign up for packages starting as low as $19.99, and there's no equipment to buy. You get free HD TV upgrade, a free DVR upgrade, and free professional installation. You control what you watch when you watch it. Record your favorite shows. Pause and rewind live TV. Even skip the commercials. Watch local channels too. At just $19.99, what are you waiting for? Pull out your major credit or debit card. Call 1-855-905-MY-TV. 1-855-905-MY-TV. Say goodbye to the cable guy. Cut costs and get more. 1-855-905-MY-TV. 1-855-905-MY-TV.
It's very easy to be a criminal. All you need to burglarize a home is one simple household tool, a pair of scissors. If your home security system can be compromised by a criminal using scissors, then you're making it easy for them. Almost every home security system, even those sold by big-name companies, has a weakness: the phone line. You shell out $1,500, get locked into a long-term contract, and think you're safe. But a burglar can destroy your alarm in seconds with one snip. And when a burglar cuts your phone line, you're defenseless. Simply Safe Home Security is the smarter choice. Built by Harvard engineers, Simply Safe uses a wireless connection to call the cops. Scissors can't cut it. And that means your home stays safe. 24/7 professional monitoring is under $15 a month with no contract. Simply Safe Home Security keeps you safer than the other guys for half the cost. Protect your home with the alarm you can trust. Simply Safe. Go to simplysafedefense.com now for an exclusive 10% offer. That's simplysafedefense.com.
Honey, it's time for dinner. What are you doing over there on your computer?
I'm shopping for a new wallet. Mine is falling apart. Hey, did you know there's a company called ID Stronghold that makes shielded wallets to prevent electronic pickpocketing?
Oh, I didn't realize there was such a thing as electronic pickpocketing. What is that?
Well, apparently, many of the new credit and debit cards being issued have radio chips inside them called RFID that transmit our banking information to card readers when we pay. Unfortunately, a bad guy can also get one of these readers and go around the city scanning people, collecting their credit card numbers and personal information without us knowing it.
Wow, that sounds scary. Since you're getting a new wallet anyway, you should definitely get an ID Stronghold shielded wallet. Are they more expensive?
No. In fact, I can get a shielded leather wallet from IDStronghold.com for the same price or less than regular unshielded wallets from other stores.
Sounds great. My wallet isn't falling apart yet, but let me pick one out too. I want to be protected, and these wallets at IDStronghold.com look fantastic.
This is John Regan sitting in for Vincent today with Dr. Norman Shealy. And before we run out of time, I just want to mention Dr. Shealy's website, normshealy.com. You can sign up for his newsletter, or you can get his books or supplements or other products from there. And if you want to follow up on some of the articles I've talked about, you can find that on the news tab of my site, thefinancialstateoftheunion.com. And we're talking about sleep and how it affects the brain. I was seeing where disrupted sleep may lead to memory impairment and Alzheimer's, and sort of a related article that they have discovered a lymphatic system for the brain. So I'll let you run with it from there.
Well, it's fascinating that having, been looking at the brain and slices of brain through the microscope for many, many, many decades, that we finally have found these microscopic lymphatics in the brain itself, following the blood vessels, of course. And probably the acupuncture meridians, there are several studies suggesting Bong, B-O-N-G, vessels that correspond with the acupuncture meridians. Again, something that hasn't been widely accepted, but there are these other components that metaphysically and intuitively have been known to exist forever. I mean, I'm just thinking about one of the greatest healing modalities, which is music. I mean, I've often said, if I get to the stage where I can't take care of myself, I want to go to my bedroom and just turn on the Gregorian chants till I go. That would be my favorite background music to disappear. But there's other good music, the chakra balancing and all kinds of delta waves. When you get the brain into the delta rhythm, ordinarily you fall asleep. But I'm focusing on research right now on putting people into the delta brain state with music and light, and it is a fantastic way to help heal at all levels of being. So there are many roads to Rome, and this is one that needs to be looked at.
Yeah, I don't know if you've found some of the other articles I have where they, on the weapon side of this, they've found ways of light to control the brain with. They've found a way to basically shut you off, turn your off switch, and turn you back on, and you never even knew anything happened. So,
right. Well, that's part of the evil of government.
the dark side of the force,
Exactly. In fact, I have believed since the beginning that the whole Dark Warrior films of Star Wars was an allegory for what's really taking place in the world.
Yeah, I think there's a lot to that. And it's, I guess the good news with what's coming is it'll get rid of a lot of the people that are causing the problems.
Yeah, they're so stupid they don't realize that what they're doing to the world is going to affect them and their family as well.
And that kind of ties back to what Mike was talking about with the Luciferians. You know, if you believe the lies, what makes you think that you're going to be taken care of? It's
Right.
just amazing. And that there's just, you see evidence of where they're trying to take care of themselves, like the seed bank in Norway. But if you look at what else they're doing to the world, it makes you wonder, how do they expect to survive that? And well, we're out of time for today. Dr. Shealy, thank you for being with us.
Thank you, John. Until next week, have a good one.
You too. And I believe Vince is going to be back tomorrow if he gets done in the field. So, John Regan, if nothing else, I'll see you on Monday. And remember, honesty and integrity, whatever happens next, is up to you.
More and more people are discovering the incredible benefits of alkalizing the body, and there's no better product for it than AlkaVision Plasma pH Drops. Packed with a powerful combination of the most alkaline minerals and compounds, just a few drops in water will rid your body of harmful waste and give you more vibrance and vigor than you've had in years. Now buy 2 bottles and get $10 off your order. Call 800-518-7615 or visit alkavision.com. Alkalize your body. Supercharge your health at alkavision.com.
Hey, Berkey Guy here. Are you still drinking unfiltered tap water? Does your water contain chlorine or fluoride? Will you have drinkable water in an emergency? The Berkey Guy is here to help you remove these and other potential contaminants from your water, thus helping you drink clean, purified water. We offer Berkey water purification systems at the lowest available prices online. Don't go another moment without a Berkey system. Over the last 10 years, we've helped thousands drink clean, purified water. Join them by visiting goberkey.com or call me, the Berkey Guy, at 877-886-3653. That's 877-886-3653.
Extend your life with Extendovite.
Why do over 50% of North Americans suffer from some form of chronic ailment? Could it be due to a toxic overload? It's time to take back your life. Get the lead out as well as the cadmium, mercury, and calcium. Extendovite is a garlic cayenne supplement with 5 other herbs that acts like a natural Drano, cleaning out the stored toxins, restoring your energy and youthfulness that we've lost. If you would like to live your life free of sickness, pain, or fear, then Extendovite is for you. Available in either capsules or liquid, you too can see why Extendovite is the #1 heart drop available. To order, call 1-877-928-8822. That's 1-877-928-8822, or visit our website at heartdrop.com.
Extend your life with Extendovite.